happened? You were not confident on stage. And they were pointing it out. And I felt like, oh my God, I've let everybody down. I've let myself down. And then I called my mum and my dad and my brother, and I told them the same thing. I said, I don't like how I looked on camera. I was not happy with what happened. I am so disappointed. They talked me out of it, and my roommate talked me out of it. So she sat there with me and built me up, and we prayed together. Not that particular night, she talked me out of it, but then the next day before we went to something, she had a pastor in her family, and they had called her on the phone, and her pastor came on, she put her on loudspeaker and introduced me to her, and then she prayed with us. And as she was praying, Shantae and I were getting ready for the day, and we were praying with her, and it was amazing. And I'll tell you, with Shantae, we used to pray together. So every time we went on stage for the preliminary show, and then right before we went on to the final show, because we were in line next to each other, we'd hold hands. Everyone was like getting hyped in the back, backstage, but we'd hold hands and put our head down, and she would lead the prayer, and I would just listen to her words, because Lord knows she spoke better, and she's like a spiritual coach, and I was just like, God, whatever she said, tack me onto it. So it was good. And I think after that I overcame it is an emotional roller coaster, and if you are doing pageants or you're competing in any kind of a competition, even if it's sport and things like that, if things don't go the way you hope, you might feel bad about yourself, or you might be disappointed and like you've let people down, and there's always going to be external commentary. Even if you do well, people might think you didn't. I've still gotten messages for people saying, you didn't deserve to be in the top 10. But it's okay to be human and have the fluctuations. And I think it's important to have people around you who remind you of who you are, and to pray through it. And even if you're not religious, I don't mean, go say one Our Father and 3 Hail Marys. Like, I'm saying, pray to the universe and to something bigger, and trust that with faith you will get through it. I cannot tell you how much I've become a woman of faith, and when it comes to coaching, I will definitely be having an element of spiritual coaching to it, because I know I'm taken care of in the hands of something bigger. Okay, were there any rounds that I thought I would not advance but I did? No. I knew I would get to the top 21, and I kind of had an inkling I would get through the top 10. So I feel very intuitive about it, and I sort of knew I wasn't going through to the top 5. So I was okay. Was there judging every day, or was it just the prelims or the finals? I think that what people might not know is that the Miss Universe staff, the chaperones, they do give feedback about you to the Miss Universe organization. And so whilst you're not formally judged, I think if you're a kind person and oh, hello? Sorry, that's my quarantine dinner. Why do they have to ring the doorbell so aggressively? Be right back. Thank you. Thanks. Ooh, it's butter chicken. I'll put it here and just get the water bottle. They ring the doorbell really aggressively, and every time they do it, I have an anxiety attack. That scared me. Damn, how do you think it made me feel? So what I was saying was, they fully bing, that's what they do at the door. I don't know why. I don't know why it has to be so aggressive. A simple, I'd be like, oh, thank you, but bing, 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 bing. It's unnecessary. We're not gonna have dinner again, but I am gonna drink some water because we're thirsty. Anyway, seriously, hotel quarantine, Australia, please. Anyway, so if you are nice and you are kind and you treat people with respect, it gets fed back to the Miss Universe organization, because they want somebody who is going to be nice to work with. And I was aware of this fact, but let me tell you, every morning I was so excited to be there. I would learn the names of the staff, and just they were amazing. I love going and seeing Pablo and Ian and Lumi, and they would come and they'd want to chat and talk to you about your country. So if you're going to Miss Universe, yes, treat everybody with respect, but someone's just said it's not that hard to be a decent human being. I will never understand how why, if you have a choice of what you want to be, you would choose to be anything other than a light or kind or love. That will come back to you, yes, but you're impacting somebody else. You never know what somebody's going through, and your kindness to a stranger, to the person who's serving you your food, to the person who's getting the lift for you, they might be having the worst day of their life, and because of your kindness, you might have just turned that around. Do you know what